Previously, we learned only 31% of businesses have fully automated at least one function. There is a massive demand for automation and creating training environments. Using the machine simulator, we utilize the Modbus TCP or Ethernet server in the easy transfer line. This is just one of many pre-built scenes you can design for your own industry. This sets the stage for the Productivity PLC Simulator to communicate and control the line. We programmed the PLC, tested and monitored our system. We will now add a human-machine interface or HMI to our system. Modifying the PLC logic to accommodate the controls from the touchscreen, we will add a C-More CM5 unit. This HMI will communicate with the Productivity PLC Simulator and the Easy Transfer Line machine. This will create our ultimate automation training environment. Let's get started. Detailed information contained in this video can be found at accautomation.ca. A link has been put in the description below. If you have not watched the other videos yet, there will be links in the description below that will start you at video 1. There will be links to the rest of the videos in the series as well. PLC HMI Program Development. Using the Modbus TCP server, our machine simulator runs with the Easy Transfer Line scene. This PLC simulator was programmed to control the Easy Transfer Line in part 1 of our tutorial. We need to determine now what and how the HMI will communicate. The following diagram will explain the communication between the three devices. The C-More CM5 will communicate to our Easy Transfer Line and the Productivity Suite PLC simulator. It will read the inputs from the Easy Transfer Line and set the outputs to control the logic to the PLC simulator. The following table will show the communication from each device in our network. Using the code in the post Machine Simulator Modbus server to C-More HMI, we will modify this CM5 program. This will include adding the communication protocol to the Productivity PLC Simulator and modifying the existing write commands. Our HMI screen will use the condition of the HMI test switch to enable the write items on the screen to test. Modifying the Productivity Suite PLC program. Our program last time included the Modbus TCP communications and ladder logic control for our Easy Transfer Line of the machine simulator. We will now add the controls from our HMI to control the transfer line. Our C-More CM5 HMI will have a test button. The corresponding outputs can be energized when the test button is turned on. The logic will have the test button and the corresponding output test bits parallel to the original circuit. In the case of the set and reset instruction, this will have the test and the normally open and normally close of the output test button. Remember to save your program logic often so you don't lose any of your logic if something happens. To ensure that the existing logic continues to work, we will also set the HMI test not input for each of the output rungs that are being controlled. The logic will work such that if the test is not on, then the logic will control the outputs. If the test is on, then the individual output test switches on the HMI will control the outputs. Save the program and transfer it to the PLC simulator. To export our ladder logic tags to the C-More CM5 HMI, select Tags from the main menu, File, Export. The Export Tag Database window will be displayed. You can change where the tags will be stored using the Browse button. We will leave this as the default and select Export. The Export Finish notification will be displayed. Select OK. Modifying the C-More CM5 HMI program. Using the code in the post Machine Simulator Modbus Server to C-More HMI, we will now modify the CM5 program. This sample HMI code communicated directly to the machine simulator's easy transfer line. It controlled the outputs directly and monitored the inputs. You can watch the video on how this is accomplished here. The first thing we will do is modify the HMI program to add communication to our PLC simulator. Select the Protocol Manager icon on the Home Screen tab. The Protocol Manager window will be displayed. This will show our current communication using Modbus TCP to our machine simulator. Select the Add button. The Add New Device window will be displayed. We will leave the device name as the default of div02. Select Automation Direct as the PLC vendor and Productivity Ethernet as the protocol type. Select OK. The Protocol Manager window will be displayed. Enter the IP address of the computer running the Productivity Programming Software PLC Simulator. Note that you can only have one slave device per IP address. Since we have Easy Transfer Line as a slave on one computer, you must run the PLC Simulator on another. The PLC Simulator will act as a Modbus slave or server and the Modbus master client. We will leave all the other settings as their default. Select OK. Select File, Import, Tag Name Database. This will call up the Open window to select the PLC program tags that we saved previously. Select the Export Tags Basic.csv basic file and select Open. The Import Tag Database window will be displayed. Under Device, select div002. Select Overwrite Existing Tags and select Import. The Import Complete message will be displayed after the tags are imported into the C-More programming software. Select OK. We can rearrange the existing output controls on our troubleshooting screen. We will duplicate our conveyor switch. The tag name will be HMI_test, and the object type will be left as the toggle. The name will be changed to test. We can now change the other input switches and indicators to reflect test option from the PLC program. All of these object types will be set for momentary on. This means the input will be turned on as long as the HMI button is selected. We will set the object visibility option under the Options tab of the test switches and indicators. When the HMI test is on, the rest of the test outputs will be visible. Save the C-More CM5 HMI program. If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button below. Keeping up with all the latest automation innovations can be difficult, so hit the subscribe button. Remember to click the bell beside your subscription to actually receive those notifications. Download and test the HMI program in our Ultimate Automation environment. To download the HMI program to the CM5 unit, select the Project Transfer icon on the Home tab. The Project Transfer window will be displayed. If our controller is not automatically found, you can select the Browse button. Under the Ethernet connection setup window, you can select the panel and OK. We can now select the Transfer button on our Project Transfer window. Our project will now be transferred. A message will indicate when the transfer has been complete. Select OK. We can now test our HMI in our automation environment. Select the View I/O on our machine simulator. This will show the status of the inputs and outputs. We can select the Test button on the HMI and test our outputs. Ensure you thoroughly test all of the functions on our ultimate automation machine. Any errors can then easily be changed and tested. So what makes the ideal training environment? There are several key components to consider. Technology plays a vital role. Access to relevant software, hardware, and tools is essential for developing our skills. Next, the content should be carefully designed to cover both theoretical and practical aspects of automation. In addition to these, hands-on experience is critical. You must work on real-world projects and simulate real-world scenarios to develop the necessary skills and confidence. Finally, mentorship and guidance from experienced professionals can also make a significant difference in your outcomes. The C-More CM5 is more than just an HMI. We can data log, send emails, communicate with multiple devices, display on a TV screen, etc. To learn more about this industrial touch screen, click here. Click here to learn more about the Machine Simulator, formerly known as EasyPLC. Click here to learn more about Node-RED and how you can add additional capabilities to your ultimate automation learning environment.